hi. So, that was fun. Except having to walk home from Taco Bell, that wasn't very fun. Didn't expect to be tied up playing Sonic Adventure, but here we are. I mean, I didn't expect to see a remake of Live Alive either. That's pretty fucking cool. Anyways,
let's talk about film. Movies, production of film, how they're made, how they're produced. You know, ever since I was younger, I've always been curious about the behind the scenes of specific movies and how they're made, with the incredible effort that filmmakers put into practical effects, makeup, and prosthetics. Watching bloopers and other alternative deleted scenes are always fun too. And even though we briefly brushed on that in the Spider-Man 3 video, today we're talking about something completely different. Something so off the wall that to some might be such a small detail with little insignificance. Let's talk about aspect ratios. And by ratios, no, I don't mean the funny ratios you attempt on Twitter.
aspect ratios, the format in which you are watching your movies in.
You might be watching a movie in widescreen at the cinemas, or an older film in 4x3 on a CRT. But what if I told you that these subtle changes in formats actually sometimes have important meanings in the presentation of a film? Today we're going to deep dive into why these aspect ratios share an importance in the way we watch our movies and how they are presented. When movies were finally starting to pop around in the early 30s, almost all of the films would be presented in 4x3, or the Academy ratio. You know, more like a box, I guess.
This is why all the older TVs are box-shaped. God, I hope you already knew that.
Specific films really shined in the silver screen cinematography-wise, and that's really cool. A specific movie that dared to defy that, however, was Napoleon, made in 1927, directed by one Abel Gance. I have to be honest, I didn't entirely watch the full thing for the video, so I can't really fully bring this up, but the film is actually shot really well. It includes a ton of camera work techniques that were mostly unheard of at the time.
In 1927, might I add.
Like handheld camera shots, fast cutting, and even point of view shots. However, the most interesting technique used was a specialized wider screen format for the final sequence of the film. It involved the projection of 3 reels of silent film arrayed in a horizontal row all at the same time, making for a total aspect ratio of 4:1.
Now, obviously, the film, which has a runtime of 330 minutes, good lord, couldn't entirely be shot in this wide aspect ratio, as Abel couldn't really do all of his cool cinematography tricks with 3 giant cameras locked together.
But holy shit, look at how wide this is. Even wider than the aspect ratio that this video is in, which I'll get to, shut up. Believe it or not, to this day, this might be one of the widest aspect ratios ever used for a film, and to my knowledge, this is probably the only film that actually used this aspect ratio. Don't get too excited, however, because half the time the aspect ratio is used for 3 shots all going on at the same time, side by side, which sounds cool and impressive for, once again, 1927. But like, I'd rather focus on 1 shot than 3 at the same time. Like, what if I'm missing out on some shit over here, or over there? Many years later, we finally got our first real step into widescreen film with the introduction of Cinemascope in 1953 by 20th Century Fox. And holy shit, I am so fascinated by how this exists. So cool. Around the early 50s, the goddamn television was starting to make rounds to the living rooms across the nation, bringing you the same 4:3 aspect ratios as in films at the time, at home. Revolutionary, right? Instead of embracing TV, the booming film industry took that as a threat, and the folks over at 20th Century Fox used that as a motive to one-up television altogether. A wider fucking screen. And boy, was it wider than the TV. But here's something I forgot to mention with Napoleon. With those 3 cameras shot at the same time, usually they would have seams, or lines that show up that, at the time, you couldn't really get rid of. but Fox figured out a way to create a much wider picture without sacrificing scenes or using multiple cameras or a bigger, bulkier one. Using an anamorphic lens, they would shoot a really wide shot that was squeezed on the standard 35mm film, and then they would stretch it out to look fucking immaculate. God damn! The first movie to use this Cinemascope format was The Robe in 1953, but that's not what we're actually going to be looking at. Enter Ben-Hur, a remake of the 1925 film of the same name. It's an epic religious film directed by William Wyler, and boasts not only the largest budget at that time for a film, but also one of the largest sets built at that time, which, holy shit. Let it be clear that it's not entirely Cinemascope, as that was 2x55x1, and this was 2x76x1. That's right, it's wider than Cinemascope. Fuck, let's just talk about Ben-Hur.
Yes, I did sit down and actually watch Ben-Hur, which, by the way, is 3.5 hours long. I don't know why all these movies are so long. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the iconic chariot scene at the beginning of the film.
So, you can obviously tell that these filmmakers took this wider format to a greater use. With the entire film now shot like this, we can see a lot more than what we would have seen with 4x3 or even 16:9 now. All the chariots and horses and stuff all fit in the frame as this intense competition is going on. Complete silence. I mean, look at this. This is pretty impressive, actually. This is pretty cool. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Whoa. That was quite the damn tumble. Oh, fuck! Whoa! Whoa! Did you guys fucking see that? Moving on and jumping forward to something completely different, let's talk about another filming technique that more people barely know about. Open matte. Open matte is a filming technique that involves matting out the top and bottom of the film frame for the widescreen theatrical release, and then scanning the film at Academy ratio for a full home screen release. Once again, with the rise of the television, funny how half this shit starts out with the television. To avoid letterboxing, films were reframed and cropped to fit the 4x3 format. What does this have to do with anything? Well, a ton of films have actually used this technique many times in the past, including Jurassic Park, Terminator 2,
and Spider-Man 1! That's pretty fucking cool! That's pretty fucking cool! That's what's been playing on the background this entire time, by the way.
What's neat is that you rarely get to see these films like this in more of a primitive form. You get to see more screen room than even the home releases get, to the point where you can even see boom mics and other things that weren't actually intended to make it into the final cut. Unfortunately, the shots in CG couldn't be done like this, but I definitely recommend checking some clips out. You can find them on YouTube somewhere. Hell, maybe you can find a full print of the film.
I mean, this is mainly an excuse to show you guys how cool this shit is. Like, holy shit, this is actually pretty fucking cool.
The last thing I would like to talk about would be IMAX. IMAX is kind of sort of similar to the open matte format, but it somehow has a taller aspect ratio of either 1x43x1 or 1x90x1. A frame of IMAX format film has 3 times the theoretical horizontal resolution of a frame of 35mm film. Tons of movies have been formatted to IMAX from 35mm, but some movies now in recent times are actually now being shot on real IMAX cameras. Before that, they were basically only used for the typical animal documentary, but now with this amazing sound system and amazing seats, along with the larger-than-life screen, now you can be fully immersed in the movie magic. Huh.
Hello. Thank you for coming to me now.
What is this? What are we here for?
I have some excellent news, okay?
Okay.
I befriended a fellow Vib-Ribbon fan. He loves Vib-Ribbon like you wouldn't believe.
Okay.
His name is Sam.
Sam.
Yes.
We already have a Sam.
Shoot. This is a problem.
Weird. Kind of.
I have an idea. You can call him Other Sam.
Other Sam.
That way
Okay.
we won't be confused with Brother Sam.
Okay.
And he makes a mean queso. He loves Vib-Ribbon. He fits all the criteria, man.
Oh, I like this guy.
Yeah.
How did we find out about Other Sam? How did you run into this? What interests him in joining the club?
I just found him.
Okay.
I just find him on the street somewhere.
You just find these kinds of people. You know?
What are his qualifications?
He loves Vib-Ribbon. He's been playing for years and years,
Okay.
days and days nonstop Vib-Ribbon.
And just so we're clear, we're talking about the Europe exclusive PlayStation.
Yeah, none of the main shit. Just underground. Indie stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you, man?
Fine, I guess.
All right.
Just good.
Sam, hi. Sam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
You're Jack.
Yes.
My understanding. Okay. Okay. You are Simon. You're Simon. Understood.
You're the queso guy.
Yeah, the queso. Just save it. I know. I hear about it all the time.
He puts jalapenos in his case, so that's his secret.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Okay.
I make good queso.
Okay, that's good. So, from our understanding,
Yes.
we hear that you're interested in joining our club, correct?
Interested is a strong choice of words.
Okay. Well, we do have a few rules.
Rules.
Yes, a few important rules.
That might change.
You're going to have to wear the exact same clothes you were wearing right
Not
now.
a problem. That's what I do every day.
Okay, that's good. That's what we wear. We just do that. I don't know why. I always wear the same.
I don't know
thing
why
anyways.
either. I have a reason to. Do you?
No.
And the second rule is that you must bring a gift. Well, I would say for you, just bring your spicy queso. Everybody's gonna love it.
I'm not well acquainted with gift giving and the etiquette surrounding it. My mother stopped giving me gifts at 10 years old. After all, she did say, it was just a frivolous reward for nothing. That said, I am willing to bring gifts to the table.
Okay. Okay.
How often do you play for that?
Vib-Ribbon. Well, if I may explain in detail, every single morning I wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is the standardized time of the times under which we lie. And I make myself 2 Arby's sandwiches in the toaster oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes that I bought last night because Arby's does not serve roast beef in the morning. After that, I make a cup of coffee, and by 9:30 a.m. I spend 4 hours day trading. After 4 hours of day trading, that would be the time of 1:30 p.m. I begin my daily session of playing Vib-Ribbon.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Okay. You seem to qualify for everything that we're looking for.
We need a guy who plays Vib-Ribbon.
Exactly.
You're in.
What, whose hand do I gesture towards?
Mine. Shake my hand first.
Okay.
You're in. Welcome to this.
There's an informal handshake.
Alright, well, yeah, that's it. We'll let you know.
You don't wish to continue the interview any further?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I free to exit?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm leaving the cabin.
Okay. Damn. He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I did not think I would be in this position to make these choices and these higher authorities. I mean, you guys just do this shit in my basement.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to be a part of the team. Like, normally I'm consumed with rage and hatred, but not in this moment.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Good shit.